Hi, I'm Michael and I am a circulation assistant at the Yankton Community Library. And I just wanted to give you a few of my book recommendations. Um, if you don't have a Libby, I strongly suggest getting one because there are so many books that you can get just with your library card. And you can read them on your iPad, on your phone, wherever you like to read your books at. My first book that I'm going to recommend is When Breath Becomes Air. It's by Paul Kalanithi. I hope I don't mess that up. But this was the very first book that I read on Libby, and I'm glad it was the first one. It was a great read. It is about a gentleman who was in his final weeks of being a neurosurgeon resident, and he was diagnosed with cancer. So it kind of talks about his being on the side of a doctor and then all of a sudden being on the side of a patient, and so his experiences with that. He was also an English major before he went to medical school, so like it's just written beautifully. I was trying to think of a downside to this book, and for what it was, I really couldn't find one, honestly, but I just loved how it was written. It makes you think about life and what's really important. So that's one of my books I recommend. Another one that I read on Libby was Ultimate Veg by Jamie Oliver. He's a cook and or chef, and he has a show on the Create channel that I like to watch, also Ultimate Veg, but basically it's his travels around the world and coming up with dishes, vegetable dishes that are flavorful and delicious. So I really like watching the show, and I downloaded it on Libby and looked at the pictures and looked at recipes, and it's just nice I like to look at the pictures, but just getting ideas for new foods to make in different ways. So I just really love the colorful pics and ideas for meatless meals to be a little healthier. Some of the downsides to it is maybe some of the items, the ingredients are hard to find, but a lot of times you can go online and find stuff too, or maybe some specialty markets in your area. So a couple of the recipes that intrigued me, I haven't made them yet, but I definitely would love to try. My husband's the cook in our house, so. But a pretty Persian style rice, easy Thai style noodle salad, and roasted black bean burgers. So those are some of the ones that I picked, and I encourage you to take a peek at this book and pick some of your own. Another book that I really liked is The Home Edit, A Guide to Organizing and Realizing Your House Goals. This is by Clea Shearer and Joanna Teplin. They're really popular right now. They have a show on Netflix, and with COVID and people being home more, I think a lot of people are organizing and decluttering their house, getting rid of stuff, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So it's been really nice to have a book to kind of, you can go really basic with it or get really intricate with it with your cleaning and organizing. I checked this one out of the library here in Yankton. Some good things. It's a good beginning to organizing small spaces to large spaces. Just probably some of my favorite is making sure to use clear bins so that you can see everything instead of putting them in containers that you don't see it and then you never use it. I did try to do a rainbow organized bookshelf for my girls, but I don't know if I'll ever do it again. So, but just some interesting ideas for cleaning and organizing and making things look nice. And then my last book, because I feel like kids' books are what I read most of now. I have 2 young girls, but my favorite recent one that I read was Sleepy the Goodnight Buddy. It's by Drew Daywalt. I checked it out of the library here in town. It is a funny book. It's about a little boy named Roderick who always has something he needs to do before he goes to bed, just doesn't want to go to bed, so thinks of a million things to do. And so his parents buy him a good night buddy. And so Sleepy gives him a run for his money on keeping him up. So it's pretty funny. I totally suggest doing a funny voice for Sleepy when you're reading it. It'll make you laugh. So those are my book recommendations. And come visit us, read some books. We'll talk to you later. Bye.